Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about my favorite tools and products to use on a blonding appointment like this one. This is what I'm calling a Hollywood blonde because it's done on Lindsay Arnold. She is on Dancing with the Stars, but she is expecting a little girl in a couple of months, actually. She's like so close. And because of that, she wants to have something a little more low maintenance while keeping her signature blonde. So we are going to be giving her a nice shadowed bright blonde today. And I wanted to talk about all of the things that I feel are necessary to achieve that. The number one thing would be foils. So many people are so different when it comes to the tools we use, the products we use, and that's the great thing about our industry is there are so many options, but foils are really important because it's what gives you that base of what you're putting your color on. I'm super picky about the foils I use because of this. If I am using a foil I don't like, it's like the whole appointment has just gone to hell because it's so hard to use things that you are not familiar with. So because of that, I always love using Fermar foils. You guys know, if you have followed me for years, I have been a huge fan of them from day one. I love that they are sturdy and they are really thick, so they give you a nice base to color on, but they're also not too thick where they get in your way. I also love that they come in a bunch of different patterns and colors. This is a new one they sent me just recently, and I love the colors of it. And over the years, I have tried all of the colors they have done, and they've all been just so fun and so cute. Of course, the cuteness factor always gets me, but I also love that the different color foils can help you differentiate what you're doing in each foil. For example, if I have a low light, I will put those foils in a different foil color so I know that those are low lights rather than highlights. Sometimes I'll do the money pieces in a different foil so I know to check on those first, and so on and so forth. You're also going to see Stu in this video. This was a collab that we did, and he is using different foil, so I will talk about that and the benefits of that foil as well. Another important thing when it comes to foiling is making sure you're using brushes that you're comfortable with. I have a few different ones that I like. I love using the Goldwell ones. You guys have probably seen those brushes throughout the years in my videos. I like using the large and the small. The large is best for when you're highlighting, and then the small is really good for detail work like the money pieces or the hairline, and then also doing a root shadow or tap in the bowl. That way you don't distribute too much product. It's like the perfect size for that. So those are really important. And then you can also see here that Stu is using the Redken brush. We just got this one at Salon Centric. I'm not sure if it has a specific name, but that one we have been loving recently as well. I also love using a lot of the Fermar brushes. My biggest thing when it comes to brushes is just finding one that you're comfortable with and that you trust. I like looking for soft bristles. If the brush is too stiff or too plasticky feeling, then I don't like it. I want to look for a brush that distributes product really well, blends as I go, and is really easy to use, and those are my favorite ones. So you can see right here that Stu is using a different type of foil. I would say this is the typical foil that you see hairdressers use. You can use a few different things when it comes to foil like this. Food service foil like the Reynolds foil. You can also find some on Amazon, Sam's Club, Costco, things like that are really good. They also have foil at the Beauty Supply by Product Club that is a lot thinner like this foil. I would say the benefits to this foil is that you can actually end up stacking more back to back because it is a little bit thinner. So sometimes people like using it for that, but it isn't as thick as Fermar, so I feel like sometimes you do need a little more support. So because of that, I will sometimes layer like two foils together or use a foiling board. But in certain areas, I do love using this foil like around the hairline because I can get more in. So it's honestly just a personal preference. I like Fermar, Stu likes this foil, so I thought I would just kind of show you guys both and the difference between the two. But honestly, I do use both. It kind of just depends on the client I'm doing and their hair type and what I feel like that day. All right, your foiling comb is another big one. I was always so picky about this, so when I created my own combs, I wanted to make sure they were perfect. So we have a few different ones. We have an extension comb, a blonding comb, an extra long blonding comb, and we also have cutting combs as well. This is the extra long blonding comb. You can see that it has a longer tail at the end. I love this for anything blonding. If I am using a comb for teasy lights, highlights, anything like that, this is my go-to. You can find this on our website. I will link it in the description box below. The blonding comb I like using if I am doing just basic teasing or if I'm just like parting a client's hair or something. But if I am foiling, the long blonding comb is my go-to. Something else I cannot live without is a blending comb. So you can see Stu using it here. This is the blending comb that we sell on our website. Before I started using this one, I was obsessed with the Samvia one. That one is so good if you want to check it out, or you can also check out ours right here. I love using this for parting wet hair in the bowl, combing through it once it's already been brushed out, and then also for combing the root shadow in. We also have a new brush that we just released. It's called the multi-use brush. It has metal bristles, and that is seriously incredible for brushing out wet hair at the bowl. We didn't use it right here, but I would highly recommend checking that out because it's a game changer when it comes to wet hair. Going back to brushes, I told you guys I like to use the small Goldwell at the bowl. That is something I love using, but I also like using the Big Daddy by Fremar, which is what he's using right here. This distributes a lot of product all at once, so it's really good for root shadows. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll use this in the back, and then I'll transition into the smaller Goldwell around the hairline where I have to be a little more careful with distributing less product. I also love using the Big Daddy brush for root touch-ups or all over colors. It makes the whole process go by so fast. Applicator bottles are a little more basic. I'm not as picky about them. I do like having the Goldwell ones because when I use the cans of colorants, you have to have a certain applicator bottle to be able to access the color. You stick the bottle right on top of the can and it comes out, so it's actually really nice. But when it comes to applicator bottles, I typically just use the Redken ones or the Goldwell. Styling tools are so important as well. I know this probably just sounds like an ad for everything Jay-Z Styles, but I did create all of these things because I wanted to create really good tools that I would use myself in the salon and that I hope you guys would like to use. So right here, I am using our large round brush. We have a few different sizes. I love using the large one for volume, and then we have smaller ones for like shorter hair or if you want a little more curl in your blowout. We also recently just released a blow dryer. We have a 3-barrel waver. We have a curling iron. We have all sorts of things. We have an extension brush, the multi-use brush. So make sure you check out our website because we do have a bunch of things that are necessary for your kit. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and loved the way her hair turned out. Don't forget to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, let me know what videos you'd like to see in the future. Don't forget to like and subscribe and have a great day.